Hey, Goran. You've been involved in a lot of down to the wire playoff races with this team. Of course, that the 11-30 and 30-11 season that went to the very last day of the season. What's it like when you get to these final 10 games and realize there are so many moving parts? What's it like inside the locker room for the team with the importance of every single game?
I mean, every game is important. This is already a playoffs for us. It's a bunch of team together, close, fighting for these last few spots, and every game counts. So every game is preparation is more detailed. Uh, the team needs to play at a higher level, and that's what they expect us from us.
I know in typical years you would try to fight for a top four seed in home court, and this year they sort of put a little extra loop in there with the play-in tournament. How much do you look at that and say we've got to avoid that, especially for an older team with guys like you and Andre and Jimmy, where you can give yourself 5 full days off at least if you're not in the play-in tournament? How much more important does that make it?
I mean, it is important. We don't want to be in that. We want to be safe and play hopefully at home. That's our goal. So we still got 10 games left, and like I said before, every game counts. And if we can avoid that playing tournament, yeah, that would be a huge deal for us.
Thank you.
Up next, we go to Anthony Chang.
Hey, Goran. Kind of go off of Ira's question there. You look at the teams that made deep playoff runs last year, and a few of them really haven't been able to meet expectations yet this season, whether it's because of injuries or other issues. How much do you think that the quick turnaround, the short offseason, well, I know it's not an excuse, but how much do you think that's played a role in just kind of what those teams are going through? Because it was historically short offseason.
I don't know. I would not say it has a huge role because it's a lot of more difficult times are going on, with this pandemic and with everything what was going on in the States, the protests, and you have a lot of stuff, family-wise, health-wise, and it's just uncertain times. You have to be careful, and it puts a lot of pressure on individual, a person, team, and it's way different than all these previous season that we play in NBA. Then testing and everything, it changed your schedule of the whole season of practice and everything. So it's definitely it feels different, and maybe because of that, the teams are not so consistent, and yeah, that's how it is. So it's more dramatic this year.
For you individually, I know you had the offseason where you were rehabbing for most of the year because of the foot injury. You didn't have much time, to really work, do actual basketball work. What's been the biggest challenge for you in just kind of getting back to the level you were at last postseason, at that all-star level? Was it just the different injuries that have kept you in and out kind of throughout the year, or is something else you would point to?
Nothing. Just everything combined, so that's it.
Thanks, Goran.
Up next, we go to Cooper Moorhead.
Hey, Goran. I apologize for bringing up last year, but last regular season, the team had a negative net rating in the fourth quarter. This regular season, the team has a negative net rating in the fourth quarter. And then sandwiched in between those in the playoffs, you guys are blowing teams out of the water in fourth quarters. When you look at some of these games and what's happening in the final period, is there anything, are you guys finding answers as to what needs to be better, or is there any connecting, tissue between these fourth quarters?
Just execution. We have too many swings when we take a lead of 7 points, and then it's like two major mistakes, and they capital, and those two mistakes with the three or with the end one, and it's those quick swings. And we just need to be more focused and close the game better. If we up 7, try to go up 10, 12. Every possession matters. It can be, one possession can swing the entire whole game. So we just need to be more together, more compact, and do everything more detailed.
Is there any focus more focus, I guess, on the defensive side or the offensive side of the ball in those periods as to what needs to improve?
I mean, yeah, everything, defense, offense. When we're defending, definitely that helps a lot. We can, um, we know we can play defense, but we don't bring it every night, so that's the problem. And offensively, just execution. Running with the pace, setting good screens. Not to get in the shot clock violation. That's kind of a big thing for us. We need to start the action earlier, and just run with the pace.
Thank you.
Next, we go to Brady Hawk.
Hey, Goran. To continue on the offense, it seems like it's at its best when you guys increase the pace and play in transition. Just how crucial do you feel it is for your offense to just keep sparking runs to turn defense into offense every night?
Yeah, I agree. When we get an open court, then you get open threes, open layups. It's a little bit easier to create shots, and definitely defense helps with that. It starts with defense. Try to defend better, maybe get some steals and get to the open court. So definitely, I think so. That's a huge part of today's game is try to score on the open court a little bit more, and then not put so much pressure on offense. When it's a set defense.